wanna go to Brooklyn to Peekaboo? Yeah. You wanna go to Brooklyn, Peekaboo? There's a new place called Space. Okay, maybe I'll go with Saturday, son. Yeah. Rain, go away, come back another day.
Where? Speed camera reported ahead.
Speed poop reported ahead. Speed poop reported ahead. Please stay clear of the closing door. Corner there.
The internet, social media, whatever, very difficult to track these people. And now we'll see what kind of record this individual has, but I suspect he had some profile that
Next, where's my pizza?
investigative agencies are aware of.
Well, interesting. I think the FBI, going back to what you said earlier, the FBI probably could have. But we'll see how that all pans out. We'll cut the chief some slack, all right? I mean, maybe she knows what she's doing. After all, she has experience in implementing equity decision making. It's right there on her website. It's right there on. I look for what the hell that is. I'm sorry. And by the way, the chief herself was in a car accident just a few months ago. And was on the news talking about it. Cut 6, please. Cut 6.
We're halfway through this year, and so far the data is positive about crime. Violent crime is down almost 30%, while that's an improvement revenue is down. Citizen satisfaction survey was released back in June. It showed 56% of residents reported feeling unsafe in their own community.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy New Year 2025. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
French Quarter. And I was asking you before it came on, I thought the chief had a driver.
I do have a driver, but I was driving that afternoon, and I'm so grateful that no one was
Second
injured.
Avenue.
But I do also want to take that opportunity to apologize again. My pastor said a couple weeks ago, I happened to hear a sermon that said, when you mess up, you fess up.
Yeah.
And that is also a part of leadership. And
All right. You get the picture. Look, two things there. The media is glossing over things. I guess they don't want to be pointed, so you never really find out what the hell happened 6 months ago. She was in some sort of car accident. Somebody got hurt. Actually, no, nobody was hurt, but she did something wrong. And then they come in with the, crime is down 30%. Well, I look at the numbers. It's the same thing off the high, and they're just giving themselves too much credit. All right. Once we get through this thing, if this guy, it looks to me that he is of an American origin, yet what do you make of the ISIS flag on the back? Lone wolf. And there's also the report that he may have had accomplices. I guess we just need to know more. I know what I really should ask you. Why did they give it to the FBI? The FBI is taking the lead on this. Is that customary that the FBI would just take the lead and announce that?
Not really, but, homicide, murders are a local agency for jurisdiction. Before we even get out of that, it's a terrorist, a clear terrorist event because it's federal law, federal legislation that's being violated. So that's, I think the
Robertson
woman in
Lopez,
charge of the
Happy New
FBI,
Year all. Thank you.
there's just really a big chunk of work.
Like, share,
I
subscribe.
think what she really wanted to say is we don't know what the motive was yet, but it could possibly be terrorism.
Like, share, subscribe.
Normally, that press conference would be
Because
and the police chief, and
Like,
the
share,
FBI would not necessarily be there, particularly saying that it's not terrorism. So I think it was just it was really confusion on the part of the staff. I mean, clearly, common sense says it's terrorism, and therefore it is federal jurisdiction. Therefore, the FBI would be investigating it. So,
Like, share, subscribe. Happy Christmas. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you think that with the increased tensions nationally, with Trump coming back into office, I mean, there are a lot of bad people out there who don't want to see that happen. Do you see any kind of link?
Delivery.
Yeah, we also know that there is an ongoing threat against President Trump from Iran, and that was
No
not
more pizza.
sufficiently being noted to let the police and can you think of a couple of millimeters of having the brain explode. So it is an ongoing threat, and I think we hope the Secret Service is certainly regarded from this horrific
Times Square next.
in July.
Please stay clear of the closing.
The president is at risk, particularly his style. He's out there, and he's mixing with people. And, it's pretty predictable. Look at the guy in the, outside the...
Please stay clear of the closing
golf
room.
course in Florida. He knew that's where the president went. And he knew that the president...
Rain, go away, come back one day.
So, yeah, I think
Magic
he is
show.
the most accurate
We're gonna do magic
figure
show.
that we've ever had in
Sound of the toilet. Like the sound of the toilet. Store closing. Please stay clear of the closing door. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one.
What? What is it? Okay. He's what? Yeah. Okay, let's go. You got it? Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. Enjoy UK. Michael Jupiter. Michael Jupiter. Welcome. Welcome back. Rain, go away, come back Monday. Ferrari. You got a Ferrari? I got a Ferrari. Do you want a Ferrari? Ferrari. Do you want a Ferrari? I got a Ferrari. Life is good. Colorado, welcome Colorado, RJ in the building, represented.
New York City, according to Nielsen. Thanks for listening to your 77 WABC.
EBT zero balance. Black coffee.
About the amount of crime on subways. It was obviously quite optimistic, but my bigger point is, my understanding is that the Biden administration stopped requiring major cities, big cities, to report their crimes. How does he know at all? How do we know what the actual crime statistics are?
Well, they've been playing games with those statistics big time. And as you heard my dad say earlier,
yes.
One of the games they play, they convince ignorant people, journalists mostly, right? Journalists, I mean, they're so easily fooled. They'll say a 2% decrease, a 3% decrease on a massive increase that happened prior. This administration, I believe, Jessica Tisch is going to fix this. They've been playing games with the numbers for a long time. It started with de Blasio. They even can play a game with murders. Now, the FBI also has been doing the same thing. And the fact that they even released crime numbers when they did, if you remember, they started doing it quarterly. Fake reports that the crime was going down quarterly. This was all an overt attempt to help Joe Biden. It was unbelievably partisan. I couldn't believe it. It breaks my heart. I mean, growing up, hey, the FBI, that's great, right? No, it's thoroughly and totally corrupt. 20% of the people who work there, I'm sure, are decent. Everybody else has to go. Upper management and top leadership, they're on their way out. Anyway, how are things up there in Rhode Island, by the way?
Good. Just good. Whereas a lot of us are happy about the results of November 5th. So.
Did you see Jimmy Kimmel? I thought this was artificial intelligence. He was crying on election night. I wanted to verify that this is not artificial intelligence. and somebody playing a game with him. But hey, Monique, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
To be continued. Oh, here's some music. We'll be right back. We think that we're going to have a great big press conference from New Orleans that has to be better than the one they had last night. And sometimes officials these days, they're so accustomed to lying, right? That's a...
The 77 WABC, Staten Island law and Julian Gentili, helping people just like you for over 39 years. Walk with confidence. Call 718-816-0005 or visit aglawnyc.com.
This is New York's talk leader, the crown jewel of talk radio. WABC New York and 107.1 WLIR Hampton Bays. News first at 59 past the hour. 77 WABC News starts now.
It's 49 degrees and cloudy on this Wednesday, January 1st. Good afternoon and Happy New Year. I'm Lisa Ritchie. New Orleans' police chief says today's Sugar Bowl will be safe following the deadly Bourbon Street attack. Michael Kastner has more.
Scores of Georgia and Notre Dame fans are in New Orleans to watch the Bulldogs take on the Fighting Irish tonight at 7:45 local time at Caesars Stadium in New Orleans. Investigative correspondent Tom Winters says figuring out fast if this was an isolated incident will be crucial for security at the event.
You want to be very, very clear and very certain right away whether or not you have a potential problem here that could expand beyond this.
Chief Ann Kirkpatrick added so far most of the victims are locals versus tourists. There's been no indication tonight's game will be canceled. I'm Michael Kastner.
The Treasury Department is imposing sanctions on Russia and Iran for trying to interfere with U.S. elections. The sanctions announced on Tuesday are against members of Iran's Revolutionary Guard and Russia's military intelligence agency, who are accused of using artificial intelligence to spread false information. Mayor Eric Adams is reflecting on a tumultuous 2024. The past year saw the New York mayor indicted on federal corruption charges, the homes of several top aides raided, and the resignations of other top officials in his administration. It's a long life is long.
Do you sit and wallow and despair and whine about look the cards that were dealt with me, or do you play the hand that you have? Look at the numbers. I moved the city forward.
Adams noted that he needs to reflect on what he can do better and express optimism for 2025. The FAA is temporarily banning drones from flying over 9 more New Jersey towns. Sarah Lee Kessler has more.
This comes after a surge in unexplained drone sightings since mid-November. Some over sensitive locations, including reservoirs, the Trump Golf Club in Bedminster, and Picatinny Arsenal in Morris County. The new drone restrictions include Fort Hancock in Middletown, Fort Reading in Woodbridge, and parts of South Kearney, Linden, Atlantic Highlands, Belford, Paulsboro, and Westville. Dozens of other New Jersey towns are already on the drone no-fly list. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
After a slow rollout, legal cannabis sales continue to grow in New York State. Governor Kathy Hochul says the industry has surpassed $1 billion in cannabis-related sales. Right now, there are more than 5,000 licenses, permits, and registrations issued or approved to date, and more than 275 licensed dispensaries in the state. New York City bird enthusiasts are marking a rare sighting in the Big Apple. A snowy owl was spotted swooping into Shirley Chisholm State Park this past weekend. The sighting sent bird watchers running for their binoculars, and then the park in the hopes of catching a glimpse of the owl. It's the first snow owl spotted in New York City since 2022. Getting in shape and losing weight is by far the #1 New Year's resolution. Healthy living expert Dr. Matt Chalmers warns you not to bite off more than you can chew.
Typically because the plan is either too big or too aggressive for what they can actually sustain. So the plans aren't put together really well, and so they fall apart in that way.
Chalmers says just getting on a treadmill or walking for 20 minutes at least 3 times a week is a great place to start. Sid and Friends and the WABC Radio Foundation are teaming up to do a live Sid and Friends in the Morning on January 28th with a studio audience to benefit Shriners Children's Hospital. The first 40 people to go to WABCRadio.com/live show and donate $225 will get access to attend this special live broadcast. 77 WABC News time is 2:04. Your sports and weather coming up next.
Greg Kelly here with an urgent warning. While we celebrate Trump's historic win, inflation continues to drain your IRA and 401k. And China is now targeting your money with a kill shot on the dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. Gold has protected American wealth through every financial war. For a free gold guide that explains everything, go to freegoldguide.com/Kelly or call 800-655-5186. The experts at Colonial Metals Group are the only folks I trust to help you and me bulletproof our wealth with gold. Go to freegoldguide.com/Kelly or call 800-655-5186. 800-655-5186 for a free gold guide to learn how you can protect your life's work and if you qualify for a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver right now. freegoldguide.com/Kelly. freegoldguide.com/Kelly.
77 WABC News. Just the facts. 77 WABC News. Just the facts.
77 WABC chime time is 2:05. In sports, the Devils take on the Los Angeles Kings tonight. The Knicks are facing the Utah Jazz, and the Brooklyn Nets take on the Toronto Raptors. This afternoon, the Peach Bowl gets underway, Arizona State versus Texas, and later tonight, the Rose Bowl with Oregon versus Ohio State, and the Sugar Bowl, which pits Georgia against Notre Dame. Knicks and Rangers fans can no longer see their teams play on TV following a cable dispute. A contract between MSG and cable provider Optimum expired at midnight, and that means Optimum customers cannot watch MSG channels for now until a contract dispute is resolved. MSG Networks has launched a streaming service that costs $30 a month so that fans can watch their teams. And the Rangers are going to be without their top goalie for the foreseeable future. According to ESPN, the Blue Shirts have placed goaltender Igor Shesterkin on injured reserve with an upper body injury. In a corresponding move, the team has recalled Louis Dominique from the Hartford Wolfpack of the AHL. New York is last in the Metropolitan Division. Your forecast from the Ramsey Mazda Weather Center for the remainder of today: clouds with a high of 51 degrees. Tonight, skies clear out with a low around 38. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, the high of 43. 48 degrees. It is mostly cloudy outside of our Midtown studios right now. I'm Lisa Ritchie. Remember, the news never stops at WABCRadio.com.
The Greg Kelly Show.
3 and 4, and we're putting them up for adoption. We can't handle them anymore. Okay, you know any good people there want some? I'm only kidding. I love them so much. They're so amazing. But boy, oh boy, 3 and 4. The 4-year-old's about to turn 5. There's a lot of beautiful things going on, but there's also a lot of pushing, shoving, and yelling, and doing our best. These are interesting and peaceful times, and we're learning so much. They're learning so much. Keeping an eye on New Orleans right now. In rookie mistake number 752 at this point. They have all the officials there, from the mayor to the police chief to the FBI person. And the FBI person is going to be the lead press conference individual.
Still confetti flying around.
Which we just heard from one of the most experienced law enforcement.
A lot of confetti still.
In American history, Ray Kelly. You don't do that.
The cleanup now.
You turn things over to the FBI perhaps, but not like this.
It's confetti.
But the thing that I can't stand, it's really kind of bothering me personally, they're all standing there, all these public officials behind the podium, and they're letting these guys from Channel 1 and Channel 7, right, rearrange and adjust their microphones. Like, you let them do that ahead of time. They're all putting up their wires and their cables and trying to adjust their microphones, and that's fine. But you do that before you bring, well, there's Senator John Kennedy. John Kennedy is a powerhouse. You've seen him before. Takes on those wokesters in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Absolutely brilliant. He's there, along with, looks like the governor.
Times Square, baby.
The mayor. Who are
Enjoy Times.
Don't know. Hey, whatever happened to Ray Nagin? Remember that guy, Ray Nagin? The Chocolate City. I think he went to jail. actually. Okay, we're ready? All right, pump up the volume. We're going to New
Pump up
Orleans.
the
This is
volume,
the special
pump up
agent
the
in charge
volume.
of New Orleans, the FBI.
Pump up the volume.
Her name is Duncan. Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Can you guys hear that? All that is
Yeah,
just into the
pump up the
microphone thing.
volume.
And that's what it sounds like. It
CBS
sounds like a lot
News.
of pro forma
Mommy
stuff as
Cushy.
well. Lead investigative energy
Mommy
and
Cushy.
agency, and we're working with our federal, state, and local partners and blah, 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 blah. At this time,
Mommy Cushy.
Phil. Well, let me know when we get back to that, all right? I do want to pump up the volume. We want to know what the hell happened and where they are in their investigation. What's going to happen next? Was this guy working with anybody else? Initial report is that the other may
Mommy
have been
Cushy.
co-conspirators with this 42-year-old individual. And let's get that name out there again. I'm sorry about that. Shamshuddin Jabbar, carrying an ISIS flag the
Mommy
entire time
Cushy.
as he drove a truck onto Bourbon Street, ran down dozens of people, 10 dead, shot 2 cops. How about that, huh? 2 police officers. Now, there's also this. The FBI put out a very vague statement about how when he gets out of the car, he engaged local law enforcement and local law enforcement engaged him, which I believe is a euphemism for shot, right? Can we say that word? All right, pump up the volume again. Maybe they adjusted their microphone. Could you please?
We're aggressively running down all of the leads to identify the possible subject's associates. We're working to ensure that there is no further threat. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We're aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. That's why we need the public's help. We are asking if anybody has any interactions with Shamshuddin Jabbar in the last 72 hours, that you contact us. The FBI is asking the public's help. We're asking anyone who has information, video, or pictures to provide it to the FBI.
Yeah.
We have set up a digital tip line as well as our 1-800 number, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Please provide us with any information that can assist us in this investigation. Once again, thank you for your patience and assistance. For an updated statement or information, please check the FBI's website and our social media accounts. I will now turn over to Mayor Cantrell. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Agent Duncan, for your leadership and the full support of the
99
FBI.
cents pizza.
First and foremost, I want to
Delivery.
express my deepest condolences to the families and loved ones.
Sally Scapio,
that were
Happy New
impacted
Year.
by
We
this
love you
tragedy
long time. Sally
in Bourbon
Scapio,
Street,
how
in the
you
heart
doing?
of the city
RJ
of New Orleans. And I
Wertiman,
know
Michael Julpea,
that the entire New Orleans City
Betcho,
Council
Robinson Lopez.
grieves along right with me, no doubt about that, and our people and our families. My priority will continue to be to ensure that victims that remain on Bourbon Street now will be serviced and removed as soon as possible. But as stated, the FBI is in charge of this investigation and are doing everything
Exactly, FBI is the
to make this happen.
investigation. It's
I
investigation,
also
the
want
bullshit.
to
FBI
acknowledge
is the
hearing
FBI
from
investigation, the
President
bullshit
Biden,
attack.
all of our federal partners,
in
but most importantly, calling Governor Landry this morning, responded with haste, and we do say thank you. And of course, a demonstration of a
New
unified
Orleans.
support is right here in this room.
11 dead,
That's how we
2
collectively
injured.
responded to this tragedy
Mabikashti.
in the city of New Orleans. The mission now is to facilitate,
City of
support,
New Orleans.
and coordinate safety procedures to keep our residents and our visitors safe. I've gone to the hospital along with Chief Kirkpatrick to visit our police officers, and considering their injuries, they're doing well. As I mentioned, this investigation is ongoing, and the FBI remains the lead in the investigation. It is an active crime scene as well. We are committed
no doubt, to uncovering
No
all
doubt about
details
that.
surrounding this tragedy. And we're taking every necessary step to put even more safety procedures in place, especially given the nature of the investigation. I'm going to ask people to do not go around our secured area if there is no essential need to do so. It matters, and again, it is an active crime scene. I also want you all to know that the Greater New Orleans
Sally
Foundation
Scapio, my
has
dear
set up
love, we
a
love you long
fund
time.
to assist victims,
Dr. Rainer
and that
Belli,
information
I
will
see
be
you.
provided
I
to
see you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Good night.
cooperation. Happy New Year.
Again.
Captain America.
Did we just lose it?
Uh-oh.
Not that they were saying all that much. I got facilitate, coordinate. They did name the assailant in the first, which we've had for a couple of hours now, and asking for the people to give info. Hey, Rich, what's the deal? Can you pump up that volume or no?
Pop up the volume, pop up the volume, pop up the volume.
They're working on it. It's the mayor speaking. I mean, gosh, they got 1 million people up there. They got members of Congress. They got the city council.
Pop up the volume, pop up the volume, pop up the volume.
Press conference is staring me in the face. I did
Press
notice that.
conference.
It's great that you visited the police officers, first and foremost. But dozens of other people were wounded. I just check in on them.
Few minutes, 5 minutos. Bandero is coming. Antonio Banderos is coming.
Some outreach.
5 minutos, Antonio Banderos, Antonio Banderos. Banderos coming.
Very, very well. It happened in the afternoon. An Islamic extremist terrorist in coordination, or I guess inspired by, in cahoots with, done to impress ISIS. He was an ISIS guy. Drove a truck that he rented up onto the bike path on the west side, right next to the west side highway. Happened around kind of like Houston Street, I think, and was able to get up there and ran down 11 people and killed them. And the funny thing was obviously,
There you go. Fancy Bandero. How you say tomato in Spanish?
it's
Bandero.
something about how life is quickened with social media.
See you tomorrow.
and
Peace
everything
and love. Peace and love.
else. And I include myself in this category.
Peace and love. See you tomorrow.
In 3 days.
Nice.